Namaste students. Today my topic is diagrammatical presentation. Diagrammatical presentation is a best technique to presenting the data. It gives the eye effect to the data. Everybody will impress whenever we have to present the data in the diagrammatical presentation. Now, what is the meaning of diagrammatical presentation? Diagrammatical presentation is a geometric technique. Diagrammatical presentation is a geometric technique of presenting numerical information through bar diagram, rectangles, pie diagram and pictogram. Diagrammatical presentation is a geometric technique to present the data into a bar diagram, rectangle, pie diagram and the pictograms. Now, some objectives of the diagrammatical presentation. What is our objective? Why we present the data in the diagrammatical presentation? First, comprehensive. Comprehensive means when we express the data in the detailed form, comprehensive form, we can express the data using the diagrammatical presentation. Eye-catching and long-lasting effect. I told you diagrammatical presentation gives the eye-catching effect और लॉन्ग लास्टिंग इफेक्ट, लॉन्ग टाइम तक जो है वो इफेक्ट करता है. थर्ड इज कंपेरेबल. डायग्रामेटिकल प्रेजेंटेशन यूज whenever we are using the diagrammatical presentation, we can easily compare the data. Quick interpretation. Quick interpretation means when we have to present the data in the diagrammatical form and using the eye effect, we can easily find out the results. Universally acceptable. Universally acceptable means diagrammatical presentation of data is applicable in the universe. And last is attractive. Diagrammatical presentation looks attractive whenever we have to present the data that looks much attractive. Now, some merits. If we are saying the objectives, these are the objectives, then some merits of the diagrammatical presentation is also there. The first merit is makes data simple and intelligible. It makes the data simple. We can present our data in the simple way. Attractive and impressive. When something is present with the pictures, it look like attractive and impressive. This is a merit. The data can be attractive and impressive. Mixed comparison possible. Using diagram, comparison can be possible. And lasting effect, long lasting effect, it shows a long lasting effect in a mind. Most informative. Diagrammatical presentation is a most informative because with the diagram we can express more information whatever we have to show in the textual form. Limitations. Now, if we are saying there is an objective of a diagram, some merits of a diagram. Now, some limitations is also in the diagrammatical presentation. Limitations means some demerits of the diagrammatical presentation. First, misuse. Misuse. We can use the data we can use misform the data. Rough idea. Only diagram, using the diagrammatical presentation, it gives a rough idea to us, not exactly value we cannot measure with the diagrammatical presentation. Limited use. The diagrammatical presentation is a limited use, not for everywhere. Misleading conclusion. Sometimes result may be wrong through the diagram. Misleading conclusion can be drawn from the diagrammatical presentation because if we are presenting the wrong data, the result will be wrong. Next is some general rules for constructing the diagram. When we have to draw the diagram, some rules are required for the diagram. First is proper size. Size of OX axis and OY axis should be proper. OX axis and OY axis should be proper. It is 1 and 1/2 centimeter. One on OX axis. If you are taking 1 on OX axis, then 1.5 on OY axis. Proper title. You have to give the diagram proper title so it can be easily understood. Proper scale is required. Index. Index means which values you have to present here, you have to put in a box and you have to represent. How you can represent that, you have to show in the index. Accuracy should be there. Not only diagram should be attractive, but accuracy is also there. If accuracy is not there, there is no use of the diagram. And simplicity. Last is diagrammatical. Diagrams should be simplicity. इसमें क्या होनी चाहिए? Simplicity होनी चाहिए. Now, so different types of diagram. How many types of diagrams? How many types of diagrams? The first is one-dimensional diagram. One-dimensional diagram means whenever we have to consider only length or a width. That is called the one-dimensional diagram. The one-dimensional diagram means first is simple bar diagram. Second is multiple bar diagram. Third is subdivided bar diagram. Fourth is percentage bar diagram. Fifth is broken bar diagram. And last is division bar diagram. In one-dimensional diagram, we will consider only length or a width. But in two-dimensional diagram, we are considered length and width both. In two-dimensional diagram, we are taking the area. And area we are considering in two-dimensional diagram. Here we are taking rectangle, so rectangle, square, circle and the pie diagram. And three-dimensional diagram means when we are considering length, breadth and the height. All these things we are considered three-dimensional like cubes, cylinders and blocks. And last is a pictograms. Pictograms mean when we have show the data using the pictures, that is called a pictogram. And cartogram, when we have to show the data on the map, that is known as cartogram. In a simple bar diagram is a group of rectangular bar of equal width for each class of data. Here I am saying rectangular, but not we are taking considered area, we are just taking only the width. Width should be equal of different bars. Now, simple bar diagram can be understood. Here, this question is given. Year is given 1951, 61, 71, 81, 91 and 2001. And literacy rating percentage is given 18.33, 28.33, 34.45, 43.57, 52.21 and 64.84. Now, how we can present on the bar? First of all, we will write the heading, title, literacy rate in India. Literacy rate in India. Then after that, we will take OX axis. And OY axis. On OY axis, we will show the literacy rate in percentage. Literacy rate in percentage. And OX axis we will show years. axis we will take equal distance of different bars. 99, 51, first of all 1951, then 1961, 1971, 1981, 1991 and 2001. Now in 1951, 18.33. Here we are taking the percentage. Here we are taking a percentage, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Now in 1950, on OX axis we have to show the year and OY axis we show the literacy rate. We take equal distance on OX axis and OY axis. Here percentage is given, so that we have divided into 10, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. On OX axis we have to show the years. Now in first year 1951, the literacy rate is 18.33. See, this is 10, this is 20, in between it is 15, so that is considered as 18.33. After that 1961, 28.33. 28, this is 20, this is 25, this is 28.33. $34.45, this is 30, this is 35, 34 point, here we are taking 34.5. Then 43.40 is here, 43 point here. Then 52.21, last is 64.84. It is 18.33. It is 28.33, 34.45, 43.57, 52.21, 64.84. This is our bar diagram. Here the width of a different bars should be equal and the gap of different bars will also be equal. You can present this data in, this is our vertical form. You can present this data in the horizontal form also. Next is simple bar diagram. Simple bar diagram presents a set of 2 or 3 bars without any gap, but uniform gap is kept of each set of bars. To distinguish between the different bars, we using different colors, different shades be made along with the index of this figure. Now, in a question, this data is given, country, export and import is given, different countries are given here, export is given here and import is given here in crores. Let's see the diagram. First of all, we will write here export and import of different countries. In crores, export and import of different countries in crores. Then we will make the diagram. On OX axis we have to show the country, on OY axis we will show the export and import. Here export and import is given, we have to make different bars. This bar show the export and this one bar is show the import. Here export is 48 and import is 40. Here export is 45 and import is 35. Export is 40, import is 38, export is 28 and this is 24. You also show the index here also, index, you will make the index. This bars show the import, export and blank column show the import. This is our index. So, you know how we can make the multiple bar diagram. Next is subdivided bar diagram. Subdivided bar diagram shows the bars into a different segment. Subdivided bar diagrams are divided into different parts and this bar shows the ratio of the various components. In this example, the number of students appear in the examinations are given. Different subjects are here. Agra University's number of students appear. Punjab University number of students are appear. And Delhi University number of students are appear. Here total appeared students are given. So in subdivided bar diagram, first of all we will write here title, number of students appear in the examination. After that we will take OX axis and OY axis. On OX axis we will show the universities, on OY axis we show the number of students in the thousands. Now how we can make the subdivided bar diagram? First of all, see how many total students appear in Agra University. Then how many total students appear in Punjab University and Delhi University. In Agra University, 20,000 students are appear. So you have to take total students. How many total students appear in the Agra University and how many total students appear in the Punjab University and how many total students appear in the Delhi University. You will take total students. After that, you have to divide one bar into different parts. Here our students are 8,000. Here our students are 8,000. You will take 8,000 students here and you have to divide this bar into different parts. You have to divide this bar into parts. 8,000 students you take here. After 8,000, science 4,000 students. 8,000 you will take. Now 4,000 more. It means 8,000 plus 4,000, that is equal to 12,000. You will divide the part up to the 12,000. This part is considered as a science students. Again, 7,000, 12,000 plus 7,000, that is 19,000. You have to divide this bar up to the 19,000 and up 1,000. You have to divide this bar up to the 20. So this bar is divided into 4 parts. This part we will show the index. This part is arts parts is show first is the arts. This lines, direct line shows the arts and these are shows commerce. And next is this show one. We will make the index, whatever we have to show on the diagram. These 4 types we have to divide the diagram. So first of all, we are taking arts 8,000. 8,000 we are showing this. This part is show the arts. After that, we will show the science 4,000. This is show the science. Then commerce and arts. This is our index. Why we need subdivided bar diagram? We can show this diagram also the multiple. This shows the laws. Now we can represent this data also with the multiple bar diagram. Now what is the difference between the multiple bar diagram and the subdivided bar diagram? When more than 2, 3, here 4 items are given. If more than 3 items are given, it is difficult to draw different bars, so that we have to make one bar and we have to divide into different parts. So more than 2, 3 features, we are using the subdivided bar diagram. So today we have to discuss simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram and the subdivided bar diagram.